We do it.
We're live this Saturday morning and it's time for Markout Mania. I didn't watch anything, so it's up to James and Zeus this week. So much to talk about, both in the past and the present. And a reminder that next week is our Halloween show. So if you want to mark out, this is the show to do it. Because it's Saturday morning and it's time for Markout Mania. We're marking out on Markout Mania.
All right, that was all right. I did not watch any wrestling.
I just came up with this song 5 seconds ago.
You basically,
Yeah, I know, right?
it's my new format seems to be like the around 9 a.m. my time. I just start messing with the song, and then there we go.
There you go.
But hey, hola amigos, and welcome to the Mark Out Mania.
Woo!
Yeah.
We've got James the Extreme Sorno. How are you?
I am good, my friend. I am good. Doing what I need to do. What's going on, guys?
And Zap Krakow Pow.
Krakow? What the fuck?
Wasn't that the evil island that captured the original X-Men?
I think that was, yeah.
It's the God of Thunder, Zeus King Dark. How are you?
He's battling Krakow.
He's in war. He's at war with Poland.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm in Warsaw with Poland, yes.
Oh, man.
Welcome to Krakow Mania, everybody.
Yeah, Krakow Mania, where mutants disappear to get kidnapped.
Eventually, we're going to get like a sponsorship from like the football team in Krakow. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. I would gladly sport a Krakow, Poland football jersey.
Yes.
Football.
Because why not?
Why not?
If you've never seen the Polish league, I mean, of course, y'all haven't seen the Polish league. But
no, it was on ESPN 75 the other day.
No, I don't. There's no like a way to watch it here in the U.S. like on TV. You'd have to find some online stream. But like the crowds, like they're both like the stadiums are all kind of like in some amount of disrepair or whatever. Like they're all kind of like aging stadiums that aren't kept up very well, and the crowds are often like just insane and violent and you know, I don't want to say it, but maybe sometimes kind of racist, and they're just like crazy. They're just like, it's just crazy atmosphere, and it's weird. So
they have a big MMA league there. It's called KSW.
Oh,
and yeah, that's been going on for at least a decade, I would say, at least, and probably close to 2 decades, I'd say. But they've had a lot of fighters, you know, get bigger from there, and it's always a highly contested league.
So what's been going on? I didn't watch any wrestling this week. I haven't seen anything. So I think I saw about like maybe 5 minutes of Edge versus Seth Rollins from Hell in a Cell at the Crown Jewel.
Everybody was saying that Crown Jewel is actually a good pay-per-view. They were saying it's a good show. Edge versus Seth Rollins and Hell in a Cell was good. Yeah, the ladies' triple threat match was supposed to be pretty good. Even the Roman Reigns but Brock Lesnar didn't suck. It was pretty good. It was decent. So, you know, it was actually good. I will say this. I watched some of it. The crowd was ridiculous.
I was gonna say, James.
You would think this was the one and only wrestling show they would have seen for in their entire lives. That crowd was hot for every single thing.
The 5 minutes or so I saw, the crowd was fantastic, and I mean, I know everyone's supposed to be, blood money, bastards and stuff, but you see those little kids in the crowd, they're just like, I mean, you're just like, oh, like transported to another time. Like,
They're going bananas. A lot of them wearing Hulkamania t-shirts. The crowd was going nuts. Yeah, I'm serious.
That was for Hogan Andre 4. That was the hologram. I'm joking.
No, there was a whole bunch of kids wearing the Hulkamania t-shirts.
Well,
I was like, they're still saying their prayers and eating their fucking churros.
Zeus, what were you gonna say?
Well, kids are the great equalizer to just about everything. Mm-hmm. I think that. Like the last time I went to that SmackDown last year in Greensboro, and there was just there was a ton of kids and they were all having a blast. And I mean, everything live is better. It's always better.
Absolutely.
Live. And we know this, and especially when because little kids, I mean, the easiest thing they have to access is WWE.
Yeah.
And the thing is, even though it's on late, later, even little kids can get their parents to DVR it and they can watch it later.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of families that watch it. And that's the whole thing with the strength of WWE is the fact that the Peacock is so cheap, the network is cheap. And now Peacock is cheap, and it's just at an all-time high for accessibility.
Absolutely, 100%, Zeus. But 100%, and it showed in that crowd because everybody was into everything. That cage match, that crowd was ridiculously hot.
They said Mustafa Ali put Mansoor in the camel clutch.
Yeah.
In the match, and he said something afterwards about it on Twitter, and I was just like, well, I hate to tell you this, but that's not the original name. The Iron Sheik didn't invent that movie either.
Nope.
So
nope. Far from it.
Don't bring reality into it.
Yeah. Sorry, I hate to crash on your dream, but it's okay. You only live in your WWE universe, and that's fine.
Yeah, well, hey, how many people I used to have the argument with? Oh, the Undertaker invented the tombstone pile driver. No, he didn't.
I mean, there's
Stephanie McMahon invented women's wrestling. So.
Yeah.
I mean, there's
Ric Flair invented bleach blonde hair. No, come on.
I mean, people give Rey Mysterio credit for the 619. Tiger feint kick thing, and it's like around. Yeah. It's been around since the 70s at some point. So Cold
Steve Austin invented the stunner. Nope. Sorry.
And how many variations are there now of the?
There's there's the stun. There's like 17 million variations.
Like we Johnny Ace is usually given credit for.
Right, he did the Ace Crusher. Right.
Yeah. So you have the Ace Crusher, you have the Stunner, you have the Diamond Cutter, you have the RKO. They're all kind of the same thing.
Yeah, but and like Randy says that, his RKO is basically just a Diamond Cutter, and he went
it is.
Ask him, for permission to use that. So, there's a lot of different, little variations on the theme, but basically there's two styles to me. There's the style where you land on your butt, jamming their head into your shoulder.
Yeah.
Right. Or
like Austin. Right.
Right. Like an Ace Crusher. Or it's the cutter, like the Diamond Cutter, where you're landing on your back with their chin on your, kind of chest and shoulder area.
Yeah. Yeah. Sounds about right.
And that it's kind of like the Deadly Death Drop. It was like that, the lift into the Diamond Cutter.
I think the cutter is a better finisher in a way, like because it can come out of nowhere. Like especially we've seen how many
Well,
ways like Randy Orton has done this. Like
Right.
that's
it
what
just
makes his exciting because he comes. I mean, he does it out of nowhere. It's awesome.
but I mean it just that move has that
Yeah.
possibility more than
Mhm.
other things. Only cutter I don't like is when people do these weird flippy versions of the cutter. I hate that shit. I hate it with a
Yeah,
passion.
I'm not a huge fan of the rebound cutter like off the
Yeah,
ropes.
Mhm.
It because the problem with it is the timing and the distance has to be so precise to make it look good.
right.
And a lot of times the guy that's getting it done has to end up kind of walking forward a little bit into to getting, kind of stick his head in there.
Yeah.
So I'm not a big fan of that. I'm a bigger fan of that than I am the Canadian Destroyer, but you know,
But and also the various flippy and convoluted versions of the cutter that are around, they take away the out of nowhere element, like just immediacy element of it. So
Yeah.
now it becomes this, like you were saying, that someone has to wait for a thing to happen.
And you have to know how to sell it too, because the timing, like Zeus was saying, like has to be right. You know how to, you have to learn how to sell that right, because otherwise, you get the Kofi Kingston effect,
um,
and that wasn't good.
yeah, my favorite story about the cutter, any cutter, is when the guy from TBS Dinner and a Movie, when he said in an interview when they did the angle where they did the NWO birthday thing on Nitro,
Mhm.
and DDP said, "Look, I'm going to hit you with this cutter, and if you don't sell it, I'm going to beat your ass."
There it
He
is.
said he like threatened him, and like he was like I sold it like I was dead. He was like, I didn't move. He's like, I sold it until way past I should have, but I didn't want DDP to come whoop my ass.
There you go. Speaking of selling, Adam Pearce sold a beating last night from Brock Lesnar on SmackDown. Oh, he took
Yeah,
two
nobody upset
F5s,
about
got
that.
thrown into. He got the shit kicked out of him.
Yeah, I heard it. It was like, but nobody cared. It's like everybody's like,
Yeah.
go ahead and beat his ass. It's like,
Well, it's a way to get him off TV too. I mean, it's a way to get Lesnar off TV. Oh, you put your hands on our official, you can't do that. Blah blah blah.
yeah.
So he beat the shit out of him. I mean, his clothes got ripped, his pants were torn.
Oh dang!
Yeah, they gave him like 3 F5s. He fucking chucked him into a table.
Well, we had the idea for this week was to watch some classic wrestling, but Pedro's been busy, and he wasn't able to. But what we'll do, we can just hold that over to next week because Pedro, you gotta see that.
Yeah, man, you gotta
Well,
watch it. Man. I want to talk about it too. Man. I want to talk about it, so you gotta watch it.
I can start watching it right now.
No.
I mean, James, he can.
You can?
Then we can talk about it as he's watching it.
Okay, go for it. Well, because you got to feed the hamster some extra, food.
Okay, let's see. I'm waiting for this ad to end. Fucking ads.
But
I don't mind ads anymore. I mean, it's one of those things. And
I mind them a lot.
Yeah, yes, I understand, and I get it.
I just don't like it when the ads are longer than the video itself.
Well, then you're really doing something wrong.
Yeah, I know.
No, but you don't mind ads anymore, Zeus?
They just don't bother me. I mean, they used to bother me, but I'm just like going, okay, skip.
Yeah.
It's the ones where they force you to watch a 30-second one. Those are kind of annoying, but I get it. I mean, because the problem is that people want to, skip past all the ads, and the advertisers are putting their money in there to try to get their message through at least.
Yeah.
So I get it. I mean, we watched a shitload of commercials when we were younger.
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem. The real problem is they're not good ads. You know, remember how good G.I. Joe and Transformers ads used to be?
Oh yeah,
because they would combine the animation and the toys, and sometimes the comic books too. It's like,
do y'all remember? Yeah, do y'all remember they used to advertise like the G.I. Joe comic books?
Yeah,
like in TV commercials and TV commercials, they would advertise this.
That real famous. I remember that famous cover of the Dreadnoks that John Byrne drew, where they're rolling in on the motorcycles, and it's just tons of purple Kirby crackle, and just them screaming, leaning over the fronts of their motorcycles, and throwing their with their weapons up, and that was some great shit back then.
So
hey Zeus, did you like the in the classic wrestling? Did you like it when the whole entire Legion of Doom showed up for that promo?
Fuck yeah, man!
And that was hot, right? And the spoiler was in there too. That was hot.
We've got a music video opening this with the Austin Idol and Jerry Lawler.
Austin Idol and Jerry King Lawler, yeah.
And think about that too. It's like, the Memphis guys, some of those Memphis guys didn't go out of Memphis very often. I mean, Jerry Lawler didn't run around much. I mean,
what belt was Austin Idol holding there? It looked cool.
It was probably one of those CWA belts back then. Is probably what it was.
I like that the only offense we're seeing is punching. That's all you're seeing is punching.
That's Memphis.
Oh wait, Jerry Lawler's about to give a pile driver now. So punching and pile driver.
And that this whole angle thing here led to the because they're hyping up a match in the Omni.
They showed that Zeus. They showed that commercial so much before the advertisement for the Omni so much that I wanted to go to the Omni show.
Yeah.
I was like, I want to go, but it's way back
in
1984.
But the Omni's not there anymore, and this was 37 years ago.
Yeah, I was like, I want to go to this show now. I mean, they were running down the card. I'm going, oh yeah,
it was a good.
I can get into that.
Austin Idol's arms are massive here.
Yeah, man, he was big back then. Yeah,
huge.
And there was a rematch to this Omni match in the Mid-South Coliseum in Memphis. And that match is the one that they had the clips of the Road Warriors on that, the Lords of the Ring VHS tape that was.
I had that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had the Lords of the Ring VHS tape. Uh-huh.
Yeah. And that was the.
That's old school right there.
That blue and that blue tiger striped shirt Austin Idol had was hilarious. But yeah, I don't remember his arms being so massive, but they're massive.
Well, I think that to me,
Jack Briscoe versus Brad Armstrong.
Yes,
Whoa.
This is a nasty match too. Yeah. For that. And this is a return of Jack wasn't doing a lot in Georgia at the time, so it was a real treat because
he's working heel in this.
He'd been working in the Carolinas and Florida mostly.
If you've never seen it, find the Briscoe brothers versus Adonis and Murdoch from the WWF. From the 80s.
Yeah, somebody posted a clip of that the other day.
They had like 2 or so really good matches between those two teams. If you've never seen those matches, those are really good.
Yeah, I'd definitely watch that.
Mm-hmm. But you're gonna see throughout this thing a Hawk and Animal like Hawk is like on some next level shit.
Is Nick Patrick the referee here? Or?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I noticed from the other video we watched.
His arms look big in that, doesn't it?
Yeah, I was gonna say, like from the other video we watched too. Nick Patrick used to have some muscle on him.
Yeah.
I'm guessing he was trained to be a wrestler, but
Yeah, because of his dad,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Then he joined the NWO and forget about it.
Oh,
that was worse. That was a horrible storyline too, man. Remember that shit?
Yeah. I love yelling at referees at live events.
Yeah,
I do, man. I give them so much shit. Like there was one this guy Victor that we were there at Showcase of Champions the Friday night of WrestleCade. And I mean, I'm just giving this referee all kinds of shit. I'm like, you can't see his shoulders. Get on the other side. You can't take that. Yeah, I mean, and then he's like, I mean, I've been doing this for so long too. It's like, I know that like there was at that South Atlantic Pro Wrestling tournament. I know they got tired of hearing me because there's only 6 people in the whole fucking arena, and I'm one of the
they heard you.
God, that was the worst. That was the best. That was the best. Like on paper, that show was so high on talent for the amount of people that showed up to watch it. I mean, it's just so sad. I mean, Ricky Steamboat, Robert Fuller, Dean Malenko, the Pit Bulldogs, the Nasty Boys, Chris Champion, Chris Chavis, who was Tatanka, Matt Bourne, Ken Shamrock. I mean,
Jesus, yeah, that was a who's who.
Yeah, I mean, that was fantastic.
I like how they did this clash of how the Briscoe and Armstrong kind of clashed into each other, and they made it look realistic, like 2 people accidentally running into each other.
Well, this is the whole storyline where Armstrong is working the neck angle. Like he was supposed to wait 2 weeks for this match, but
He just dropped that. Like Armstrong tried to get in, and he dropped that leg drop across the back of the neck, and Armstrong's like.
And then Briscoe wouldn't allow him to heal.
Going after it now.
Mm-hmm.
Head scissors.
And Brad Armstrong so hugely over in
Georgia, yeah, big time.
Wow,
really. Honestly, there's no. I mean. I don't understand why, and probably backstage people could tell you why he didn't get pushed more, but there's absolutely no good reason on paper and from what you see that he never got the WCW TV title.
He was not for nothing, Zeus, but he's a perfect looking baby face. I mean, that's exactly what you want your baby face to look like. And he could move, he could wrestle, he could sell. I don't see why he wasn't pushed to the moon.
He could do a decent promo, and he had a distinct voice.
And he came from a big family, a big, huge wrestling family. I mean, I understand why he wasn't pushed. He pissed somebody off.
That Road Warriors promo, like Animal was looking at Hawk, like please don't do something.
I'm telling you, man. Hawk is on some new and improved shit. He was eating a Splitstone chewable.
Animal, the look in his face was like one of like, oh, please don't fuck. Didn't Brad Armstrong have a light heavyweight title run?
Yeah. He won the WCW light heavyweight title, but he never won the cruiserweight. He never won.
Right. But he beat Pillman for the title, didn't he?
Who?
He beat Pillman for the title, didn't he?
Thought he beat Raven.
Oh, you're
Scotty-
right. He beat
Scotty the
Raven.
Body. Yeah,
That's right.
Scotty Flamingo.
Scotty Flamingo.
That's in my unreleased WCW light heavyweight drawing. Remember, I had y'all guess who was on that.
Oh
Right.
yeah.
I like watching the spoilers in the Zeus because he had like the 6 minute and 14-second armbar. It's awesome.
Yeah,
Excuse me.
He held that armbar like the entire match. It didn't move. I was like, this guy milking it. I love it.
yeah. I mean, and you who wanted to wrestle the spoiler? Jesus, he was brutal.
Yeah, he was, man. Stiff fucker too.
I mean, this is a Legion of Doom episode, Pedro. I mean, this is
Mhm.
Oh my God.
you know.
Damn it.
I was watching the spoiler do the claw, and I kept thinking whose claw was better, him, Von Erich, Baron Von Raschke.
Yeah, he the spoiler doesn't he is not extremely well remembered.
No, I don't know why. He was good. He just, I don't know.
He most of his stuff happened in the 70s and 80s, and that's why.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's just not a ton of, and his run in his run in WWF was really short, and he died young.
Yeah.
So I mean, we don't have any candid interviews or stories from the guy. I mean, we've got stories from others about him, but
Yeah, but he was a little brutal in that ring.
Joe LeDuc could barely get his leg up to hit that dude in the midsection.
Yeah, Joe LeDuc, and that was an odd guy to come into the Georgia area. I definitely didn't remember that.
I remember there was uproar when he passed away, and he found out that he wasn't a LeDuc. It was uproar in Montreal. What? He's not related?
Oh, he's got the towel over his head before Taz.
Wasn't Jimmy DeMonte South Hart managing him there?
Yeah, in that clip he was. Yeah.
That's good stuff, man. But like, I remember Spoiler doing the claw, and then didn't Barry Windham do a claw too, Zeus?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you did, right?
Because Blackjack.
Right.
You can go ahead and go kiss a baby.
Yeah, some of these promos are out there.
Oh man, Jake Roberts looks like he's in pajama pants.
Right? Yeah, his simple orange.
Oh, he's wearing like kind of black jogging pants looking things here.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, there might be straight up slacks because it's got like a back pocket, but then it's got the tie thing in the front. So no, it's not.
Yeah,
slack.
drawstring.
Oh, DDT. That was fast.
Back when Jake the Snake was known as Jake the Snake because he was able to move on his belly like a snake. Not because he had a snake in a bag.
Leave it to Vince.
Oh,
watch it.
the
Cheetah,
spoiler
this girl
now.
just dropped like 9 Dusty Rhodes elbows on this guy. He snatched her wig and she dropped an elbow. That's kind of hot. Vince would do a gimmick.
Yeah, that's I mean, you're talking that's the original core of the Legion of Doom right there. That's
Yeah, man.
you know
yeah.
the Road Warriors, Jake the Snake Roberts, and the Spoiler. That and that a lot of people there's a lot of arguments on whether or not King Kong Bundy was a member. And,
well, he's feuding with them here.
Right. This was
Isn't he feuding with them here? Yeah. So yeah. I mean, this is his babyface run here.
Right, because he turned on him.
Right.
So
was he ever a member of Legion of Doom?
Like I said, it's been debated. I wished I'd have asked Paul Ellering when I saw him, but we talked about the Iditarod. I mean, I felt like I didn't want to ask him, the same old crap.
Yeah.
He was thrilled. He was absolutely thrilled to talk about the dogs and the training and that. He's like you become this, this family with the dogs and everything. And so I mean, it was really, I thought it was a great thing to talk to him about. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure at least once every convention, meet and greet session that he does, some old fucking guy like me comes along and asks him if Bundy was in the Legion of Doom or not.
We definitely knew Jake the Snake and the Spoiler was.
Yeah. But the thing was like, I remember Bundy being like, I remember him being touted as a prospective member. And that's just me remembering. So as we find more of this, good classic stuff, I might try to delve back into, like from 1983, when the Road Warriors first, got on the scene. So this is, about a year after they're in, and it's just, it's just incredible that they had like, almost a 2-year run there in Georgia.
They're in this video that you sent us in one of the squash matches the Road Warriors are in. I mean, Hawk is just beating the crap out of one of these jobbers. I'm like, I felt bad for the job. I'm like, Jesus, man, that's a tough way to earn a paycheck,
Yeah, I mean, we didn't feel bad for him back then. But
hell no.
I mean, you're talking about just, the way that they just made it look so good and just really just haul off and just, beat the crap out of people, and then like when you're seeing them, pick guys up to slam them. I mean, they weren't waiting for the other guys to put their hands on their shoulders or anything like that.
No, they just grab them and lift them. Yeah, they're like, okay, come on, you're going up. Well, I'm not ready. Too bad.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, if you don't hurry up, I'm going to squeeze your balls and throw you across the studio.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I mean,
and they didn't drop him lightly either. They slammed him with a little bit of authority.
Right.
They were like, okay, bang, there you go. Next time, be ready when I pick you up.
And
looks like the Spoiler is humping this guy's leg in the head.
It's a Spoiler with the 8-minute shoulder claw or whatever. Like, yeah, I'm not moving. That poor jobber got entangled in the ropes. He didn't want to get out of the ropes. He's like, no, I'm good. Just leave me here.
What's the timestamp on the footage you're watching right now?
I'm at 1849 at the moment.
Okay.
Well, now 1850 something. Close to 19 minutes. This jobber almost looks like Arn Anderson, but I know it's not.
No, I do get him a little later. Old school.
Oh, this guy that the spoiler is torturing.
Yeah.
Spoiler had a nice selection of masks too.
Mm-hmm. It's cool where he didn't like he had that big S on his face. You know, it was kind of cool.
Yeah, that was very very Lucha-esque looking
Yeah.
to me. Didn't Mil Mascaras have a mask something like that?
Yeah, I mean he had multiple ones with a big M on the forehead. Yeah.
I remember.
Now it looks like he's humping the guy's taint.
I remember when I was little.
Cranking that single leg Boston Crab on.
Yeah.
You remember
I
when
would
you were
watch
little?
Mil Mascaras. No, yeah. I remember when I was little. I would watch Mil Mascaras, and I thought he was a real life superhero. And I would say, "Oh, look, he's the one superhero who takes time out from being a superhero to come wrestle." So I thought he was a real life hero. I'm like, look at him, he's Mil Mascaras, you know. Because he was on TV saving all these women, you know.
See, and here he's using the headlock and the claw together.
Yeah.
You know, and that once again that's to me that's like the most.
Oh yeah, now I'm at that part. Yeah.
Yeah. And now he won't let it go. It's like he's got.
Look at Paul Everling on the outside with the claw motion.
Yeah. Yeah, he was. Paul Ellering still looked great back then too. I mean, he was still, really, in his.
No, he looked amazing back then. Yeah.
Oh, that's a cool shot of just the gloved hand on the dude's head.
Yeah.
The spoiler.
Oh wow! Who's all on this one? Looks like you got Pez Watley.
Yeah. Tommy Rogers before the Fantastics.
Before Fantastic. That's right. And King Kong Bundy.
Well, this is before that. This is Pez Watley and
okay.
And Tommy Rogers in that squad.
Right, a tag team. Right. Okay. I don't have it on, so I'm not watching it. My bad.
Yeah. All right.
So James, tell us about the G1 since you saw the finals, right?
Yeah, I had to get up very early that day to go to cardiac rehab, but I got up too early. So I just I just happened to wake up and everything, get ready, and I was like, oh shit, wait a minute, and I jumped on Twitter and it was just starting. The G1 final between Kota Ibushi and Kazuchika Okada. So like I caught it from the very beginning, and I'm like, okay, this match is going to be good. Let's go Okada. I have my pom poms out, and they were going at it. I mean, I'm like, they were putting on a show. I'm like, okay, they really turned it up a notch for this match. I mean, like Kota Ibushi was even sweating, and he never sweats, and they were like, hitting each other hard. They were doing all these moves outside the ring, inside the ring, stiff shots and stuff. It was good stuff. It was really good shit. And we saw some Kamigoyas. Whap! I mean, a nasty Kamigoya to the face of fucking Okada. I was surprised he was still standing. And then Okada took his head off with a fucking rainmaker from hell. And, it was really good. And Kota Ibushi tried to do the Phoenix Splash, the fucking 450 shit.
Yeah.
And he landed on his, it looked like he landed on his elbow and his arm.
Mm-hmm.
And right away, instantly, you saw Red Shoes go to him. And Oh, Okada just backed up in the corner, and the camera went to Okada's face, and you saw the look on Okada's face, like, holy shit, uh-oh.
Yeah.
And all these people surrounded Ibushi.
Mm,
So you're like, what the fuck is
that's
going
not
on?
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not good at all. Like, everybody surrounded him, so, like, you couldn't see him at all. You know, they were hiding him from the camera. And he looked like he was holding his wrist and his forearm.
Mm.
And you could tell he's in like some serious pain. And
Yeah.
he's on the floor for a good 10, 15 minutes. You know, before they start undoing the bottom turnbuckle and that. And, you know, I give Red Shoes credit. As soon as Ibushi hit the floor, as soon as Ibushi hit that move, he called for the bell. I mean, it was like almost instantly. So either he heard it break, or he saw Ibushi's face, or something.
The
There was almost instantly where he called for the bell.
the clip I saw, yeah, he landed, and you can see like besides his expression and his body language, you can see like all the veins in his body like just suddenly like popping out. Like you just see all his veins suddenly like shh. And yeah, Red Shoes was like seemed to pick up on it really fast.
Yeah, he picked up on it fast. He called for the bell, and Okada shot in the corner, and he just sat in the corner, and he just like stared. I mean, he was like legitimately scared. You know, he was concerned. You know, the match itself was good. It was really good. I thought it was on its way to be a classic. And then, you know, this is not how you want your G1 to end. Obviously, you know.
Right.
You know, you already lost Naito to injury. Now this, you know. So this is not how you want it to end. But I thought they handled it. I thought New Japan handled it well. You know. I thought Okada got on the mic and you know, he said, you know, he didn't want the way to end this way. You know, this was not the way, you know, it should have ended. You know, I don't want this trophy. And then he said, when all three of us were talking about it for the past month, he was like, I don't want to be the World Heavyweight Champion. I don't want to defend the briefcase. I want to defend the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. So I was like, oh, is he bringing back the belt? And you know, all three of us have been talking about this.
Yeah. Apparently,
You know,
that's what they're going to do.
So, I mean, is this the way to get that shitty Transformer belt off TV? Maybe.
Well, I'm sure that's what. I'm sure that's what Okada wants.
Yeah. That'd be kind of hot. Cause I mean, I wouldn't be mad at all if you like, instead of a briefcase, he's walking around with the old belt. I'll take that. That's fine. You know, that'd be a good gimmick. Why not?
I'm laughing at the second Lawler Idol video. They included clips of Lawler beating up Hulk Hogan in like a singles match. Like, this doesn't even put over the tag team.
Well,
They just put it in there.
But you know, I feel bad for Ibushi.
Yeah.
I feel really bad because he looked like he was in some serious pain.
Yeah.
You know?
And I mean, he just came back from that pneumonia thing.
Yeah.
Hasn't been that long that he's been back, and now this happens. What do y'all think about the booking of this G1?
Well, I mean, it's all been strange with this limited roster.
Yeah.
And it just like I said, it just has not grabbed my it didn't grab my interest. And it's, you know, apparently some people have enjoyed it, and I'm just not one of those people. You know, I really liked last year's. It was great how everything kind of came down to the wire, and
Last year's was really good.
I think if I was booking it, like say the B group, I would have had both Okada and Cobb be undefeated going into that last match between them. Like,
Yeah.
I would have done that instead of what they ended up doing. I guess they were trying to potentially give Evil a hope thing, but I don't. No one wants it's like someone not reading the room. Like no one wants Evil to have any hope to
Yeah,
make
right. Yeah, like,
a G1 Climax final.
Yeah, just go away. Yeah.
Even Kevin Kelly is like, people are gonna turn away.
Oh man, is this the glossiest shirt I ever seen Ric Flair in? Holy shit! It's like
Yeah, but even
on
now
the
it's
screen.
Tanga Loa challenging Okada. Everybody's like, really? You know?
Yes, that is one shiny silk shirt he's wearing.
Yeah. Zack Sabre Jr. I kind of wish they'd had him go to the final against Okada. Like, I was kind of sad they didn't keep that up because he was on a tear there for a while. He was having such good matches, and they're playing off, Naito getting injured, and I mean, he looked like it was like, it seemed like the thing to do, and then they're like, no, let's find a way for Ibushi to get in there, and it's like,
but there's a lot of guys that always start out hot that don't finish well.
I don't know if the original booking was to have Okada win or not. I don't know.
I'm sure
it felt like Ibushi was pushing for his third win. I'm like, really? But I like the way New Japan handled it. Like you said, Zeus, it was a limited roster this year. Did it grab a lot of people's interest? But there's some good matches in this tournament. Yes, there were.
There's always going to be good matches.
Yeah. Am I happy Okada won? Of course. I don't like the way it ended. I mean, obviously not, because who wants to see Ibushi hurt like that?
Shout out to YYH in the chat room. Apologies. Yeah, I've been watching this WCW thing. I didn't notice.
Y dose H dose. What's going on, Drippy?
What? Drippy?
I don't know. If it turns out where like Okada brings back the belt as part of this gimmick, that's fine. I love it. That's awesome. Fuck the briefcase. Bring back the belt.
I saw a lot of people that were very, they've been into it this year.
Yeah, I mean, there have been people into it, so it's good. That's good. I don't know about Tanga Loa challenging Okada now. I'm not feeling that, but fine. It would have been better if it would have been Gumby, but it's okay.
Well, Zach's getting a shot because he beat Shingo.
Right.
You watching?
Hawk? Yeah, Hawk spaz out.
I told you.
Holy shit!
I told you, he's on some new shit. He's taking some extra quality fucking Flintstone chewables.
He went to the Mexican pharmacy a little too hard there.
Yeah, a little too hard.
Yeah, he got the grab bag special. One of everything.
Double Y, double H. Yeah, so let's see what New Japan does with this now. I mean, like a lot of the guys are here in the States now, so now you're down Naito and Ibushi, so let's see what happens,
I mean, there's guys that it sounds like it that, I mean, the way it feels to me is like pretty much everybody that's in America right now is not going back until Wrestle Kingdom.
Right.
Because like Jay White's going to be at WrestleCade.
That's right.
So, and then like Chase Owens, he just posted on Twitter that he's going home. He's home for 5 days, and then he's heading back.
And
He's probably in tag league.
Isn't Finn Juice supposed to be going up for the Impact Tag Team straps now?
They had a title qualifier or something against another team, and I'm just like going, well, that's pretty funny because they already beat the champions once.
Yeah.
But whatever they got to do to. I mean,
the sound of one of y'all have like the sound of coins or something. I'm like, is Okada about to burst into my room?
I'm sorry. I'm playing with keys. My bad.
Oh, okay. I was like, Okada's gonna appear any moment now. Like,
Okada's showing up.
He's gonna be like, you've got Shibata on your wall.
No Shibata.
He hits me with a tombstone and then the Rainmaker.
Oh, he hit Ibushi with a brutal tombstone, man. You know that spinning tombstone he does?
Yeah.
Oh man, he hit it hard. I was like, ouch. They were going at it.
Oh, that was cool.
Actually, that match with Ibushi, Okada threw one of his best drop kicks I've seen him throw all year. He really threw a beautiful drop kick. I was like, look who's feeling good today. Okay.
I mean, it's the G1 final. You better.
Yeah. Hello. I'm saying.
Now's when you bring it.
I'm saying, Pedro, come on. Yeah. He was feeling himself a little bit.
I like these old people in the front row yelling at the spoiler.
Oh yeah. Old grandmas and grandpas in the front row of TBS Studios today.
I like the way they make it look. It's a simple stuff they did, I know, but it gives you the idea like he's trying to rip the guy's arm out of the socket or something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And this thing where he keeps putting the arm in the ropes and then kicking the ropes and the arm, that's good.
Oh yeah, I mean, how can you?
Simple stuff, I know, but
I mean, it's like how do you continue when somebody just really, guy was like, I'm gonna arm ring you now. No, you're not.
The spoiler knows.
He's like, we're gonna be here in these ropes forever.
So Okada will be in Wrestle Kingdom. He's main eventing the Tokyo Dome. So that's good. I'm not interested in Tonga Loa versus Okada, so no. I want Okada to bring back the heavyweight belt, have him defend that instead of the briefcase. I'll take that. That's fine. That's hot, actually. Get rid of that piece of shit Transformer belt. I'll be happy.
Tama beat him in the G1 though, right? He gave him like his one loss in the group stage.
I believe so.
Yeah, so he's got to defend his, fourth belt, against
Shingo lost to a bunch of people, so in theory,
or was is Tama Tonga, right? Not Tonga.
Yeah, Tonga. Yeah.
No, I keep saying low. I'm sorry, my bad.
Shingo lost to quite a few people, so he potentially has to do quite a few title defenses, right?
I just drafted a Tonga Loa card. That's why I keep saying Tonga Loa.
Yeah, everybody that Shingo lost to, he's got to defend against before Wrestle Kingdom.
Well, who's first? Gumby's first or no?
I don't know who's first, but
I know that Gumby likes putting chairs over because in the backstage segment at New Japan after his loss, he went one-on-one with a chair. Awesome stuff.
Oh, hey, we should mention the big story out of the G1 finals besides the finals, because it involves Zack Sabre Jr.
What's that? What was that? Oh, Shibata coming back.
Yeah, they have that exhibition match.
Shibata coming back.
Did an exhibition match with Zack Sabre Jr., like grappling rules.
You think he'd ever be 100%?
I mean, he seems to think so. So, maybe he's doing better, and maybe they're, maybe he's doing a lot better than they thought he would be, and
I mean, he hasn't really stepped in the ring outside of a few appearances here and there, right? I mean,
just
you do that.
he hasn't had
you
any
did that
kind of-
running, and that was it, right?
Yeah, this is the very, very first thing he's done. Well, other than where he beat the shit out of Kenta.
Yeah.
That was one of the best moments of the year. I was marked out so hard for that.
Yeah, people were fantasy booking Wrestle Kingdom Kenta versus Shibata. Like with after this match was this exhibition match. Everyone's like, "Oh, they're gonna give it to us at Wrestle Kingdom, right?"
Yeah, at Power Struggle coming up.
That's next.
Another shot at the U.S. title held by Tanahashi. So a lot of people think this is, he's finally going to win it after not being able to beat Moxley and.
I don't see anything wrong by putting the U.S. strap on Kenta. I think it'd be pretty good.
That belt's let's see, it was on Moxley forever.
Yeah. Then back on
Lance Archer.
Lance Archer for about 5 minutes.
Yeah, then on Tanahashi.
It was on Juice forever too before, right? It was on Juice for a while.
Not we're talking about this year, yeah, but
this year, right? Okay.
I'm still bitter about that whole when Kenta won remember Kenta won that tournament in New Japan Strong, and then he defended that briefcase like forever.
Yeah,
and after all that build up to him versus Moxley, when they finally do it, he doesn't win. It was like, oh.
Pedro got upset.
Pedro, did you see the Bob Armstrong? Did they play that yet? Where Bob Armstrong explains the Canadian Lumberjack match?
Oh, that was in the episode we watched before this one.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Yeah, because we talked about that last week. Yeah. Oh man, Hawk is totally high on something. He looks so out of it.
Yeah, he's really in his own world.
Mm-hmm.
When people say biker crank, I immediately think of Hawk.
I'm telling you, he should have been the one that called like an animal.
Hey, Jake Roberts with this belt and the shirt. I was like, they should have given him more title runs in his career.
Right. Well, he'd go off to make the most money he'd ever made.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, I'm sure he got a pretty good chunk of change when he came to WCW too. But, like I said,
was he there? He was the TV champion here, right?
Oh
right.
My God.
Yeah.
This Ronnie Garvin video, him running up these stairs slowly.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. It's an escalator too.
Oh yeah, that's what I thought. But
yeah, so he's in a shopping mall somewhere.
Also, that's about their upcoming match.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Look at Garvin working out in those little shorts.
Yeah, everybody had those shorts in the 80s.
Yeah. Remember Zubaz or those crazy print workout pants?
I had a pair of Zubas.
Yeah, we had some.
Yeah.
If
It's so
you were a
weird.
wrestling
John
fan in the
Mellencamp.
80s,
I used to wear those in my high top I used to wear my Zumas and high top Reeboks. Yeah. Brutal.
or Vans.
Oh, Vans. Yeah, there you go.
I didn't have Vans. I did have Converse for a while.
I hated the Chuck Converse All Star back then. Chuck Taylor All Star.
Nah, I wore Pro Keds. I used to wear a lot of Pro Keds, and then I wore Pumas, and then I wore Nike and Adidas, and then Fila.
We used to like the Converse, and then I've worn Nike like a lot because they just work with my feet for some reason.
Yeah, I've worn Nike for the past 20 years straight. I haven't worn anything else since.
Like I've tried other shoes, but they don't work for me as well as Nikes do for some reason. So
My mom, when I was real little, used to buy me those ugly fucking Nike running shoes, the blue ones with the yellow stripe on.
Everybody had those, Zeus. Yeah.
Well, they don't show dirt. Yeah, well, they show that I'm a dumbass. That's what they
Yeah, everybody had those ugly Nikes. Yeah, everyone had those. Everybody hated wearing them too.
I like the little picture-in-picture thing where they showed Ronnie Garvin taking Jake Roberts over, and you see Jake Roberts like running his hand over his face, like it's making him nervous, and he's like, "Oh,
yeah,
like I can't believe they're showing this. They're making me look bad."
And hitting a heavy bag, hitting a heavy bag with bare knuckles is such a terrible idea.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
You're gonna wear like holes into your knuckles.
No, it's not that. You're gonna break the bones. You're gonna break your finger bones.
One time I wore these kind of workout gloves when I was hitting like the bag, and it gave me these little holes where there were holes in the workout gloves.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, dude. Ronnie Garvin punishing the ribs of the bandaged ribs of Jake the Snake.
Yeah, the bandaged ribs. Yeah.
Oh, Paul. See, and right here, Paul Ellering is wearing a white satin kimono, right?
Yeah.
It is not as shiny a shirt as the silk button down that Ric Flair had on.
Yeah, Ric Flair's.
That's probably a $500 shirt in 1984. This kimono is probably $50. Which is still like $150, but that $500 shirt was is probably $1,500 now.
The only thing I don't like these old school things is fucking Ole Anderson keeps coming on and trying just shut up and go away. Like just.
He's not a great. He's not a great baby face. He's
not. He's horrible.
That's why everything when everything comes starts with the Horseman is because I mean let's face it, like the greatest promo he ever gave was as a Horseman.
Yes.
And that was the one where they told Sting to.
Yep. You're out.
Yeah.
You're out. You're no longer a Horseman. And Sting is like, if this is a swerve, yeah. He goes, you never were. If this was a swerve, it's no swerve. You're out. Get out. I was like, oh shit.
What's I don't? Hey Rick, what's going on? Don't talk to him.
Yeah. Don't talk to him. That was a little brutal.
Oh my god.
So it's But yeah, Ole Anderson got to stop saying
Joe
next to fucking
music video.
Yeah, brutal.
Whoa, yeah.
Can't believe they got a Quiet Riot on this.
They're being real edgy with the rock and the roll.
Y'all can't see it, but I instantly start doing the palm muting along with the music, like air palm muting, like
No.
Y'all probably don't even know what I'm talking about, but
No.
it's as a guitar technique. But
But Ole Anderson says he's just standing next to Gordon Solia. We're going to come up to the Meadowlands, and it's going to be good.
Yeah.
Just way to promote, Ole.
We're going to have a really exciting show.
Yeah, exciting show, and all our friends up there. Dave, hey Dave, thank you for watching, and we had a good phone call, and we'll be up there, and it'll be good.
Gordon Soley's hair is funny here, kind of. It looks like he was in need of a little haircut.
Yeah, it might have been. Yeah.
I wonder how many of these videos Gordon Soley's on the sauce. He just sits there and just shakes his head, like, really?
He lets people talk, but I mean, when it's time to talk about what's going on in the ring, that's where he always shined the best.
Oh yeah. I used to love it when he used to go, "In a vertical souffle." I was like, "Oh, I love that."
Yeah.
So, I know, Zeus, you wanted to talk about some of your seasonal viewing, right?
Oh yeah.
As we gear up for Halloween, yeah.
Yeah. So Night Teeth, it's new on Netflix.
I want to see that.
And it's kind of a mobster, a little bit of mobster infused vampire movie. And then you got the poor guy that gets kind of dragged into this whole war between the humans and the vampires, and
he's a limo driver, right?
Right, and technically he's just subbing in. His brother asks him to drive the limo. That's not what he does.
Right. So
he just gets dragged into this, and so it's a fun short flick, and a lot of hot, sexy vampires in it. So hard to go wrong with that.
Mm-hmm.
And then Black as Night, I was really impressed with. It takes place in present day New Orleans, and they've got it's kind of interesting because it's like how like vampire movies are, even when they're serious, sometimes they're not well done because the stories are just shit,
Yeah.
And even though this isn't like the most original story, that there's been a vampire around for hundreds of years, and he's and everything, but the way that they incorporate modern day type issues that people face, I thought was very well done, and it was pretty original. And Keith David is in this movie, and he's been in a ton of things. Like he was in he plays the president on Rick and Morty. He's the
he's in a lot of things.
Pitch was it Pitch Black?
Yep.
Yeah, Pitch Black. He was in that, and the Riddick sequel, and so he's been in a ton of stuff, and he's in this.
He's Charles in the thing.
And then I'm going to say her name wrong, but Asha Cooper. She's the heroine, and it's she does well in that, and and there's a lot of kind of modern day things they tie into the city and everything. So I think it was really well done, and it's a fun one to watch, and I really didn't have a lot of problems with it. It's just I enjoyed watching that quite a bit. And
Yeah, I keep passing that on Prime. I'm like, I gotta check that out. I gotta check that out.
Yeah, I highly recommend both of those.
Yeah, I almost started Night Teeth the other night too. So like, I wanted to watch it. Yeah, I'm gonna watch Doom tonight because of that hit. But I watched a movie called The Manor. It's an old school. It's a new movie, but it's an old school creepy witchcraft kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
You know, it's kind of cool with Barbara Hershey. You know, she pulls off a good. You know, it's a pretty interesting story. It's pretty cool. It's all right. You know, I was digging it. It's good. Old school, scary type of thing. It's cool.
Only seasonal viewing I got in this past week. Stephanie and I watched Halloween Kills.
Oh, so do you like it? Yeah, I know. So I'm the same way. I'm like,
Zeus, you haven't seen it yet, right?
No.
Okay. So I'll wait till next week to.
I'm gonna have to get like a Peacock for a week or something.
Right. So we watched Halloween Kills on Saturday, and then the next night we watched Halloween 3 because it's Stephanie.
Halloween 3 Season of the Witch.
Yeah, Stephanie.
I love that
one,
movie.
So it's like a regular watch for us.
Yeah. You
know what's funny? That movie actually gets better the more times you watch.
That movie is awesome. Come on.
Especially compared to Halloween Kills. Then the only other thing I saw Chinese Ghost Story from 1987 because I hadn't watched it in a long time, so I watched that. So
I started watching Red Water, but it's really bad. It's got Lou Diamond Phillips as a town sheriff, and somehow a great white shark gets into their lake. So it's kind of like what was that night? Shark Night.
Yeah,
kind of like that. So
I'm just waiting for Christmas season to come along so we can watch Santa Jaws.
Oh man, that'd be awesome.
Yeah,
I think it was on something.
It was on? Oh, don't tell me that.
It's on like Prime or something.
Yeah. It's on Prime. It's on Sci-Fi. It's on all that shit.
Oh, I watched The Unholy. Have you ever seen it?
Yeah.
I think it's actually new. It's got the guy that plays Negan.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan or something like that.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, it's not a great movie, but it's a movie.
I went back because I'm a fan of the original Omen.
Uh-huh.
One of the few movies that can still scare me today is The Omen because of the Gregorian chant music. So I watched the remake. Yeah, that music scares the shit out of me. I watched the remake with the fucking Lee Schreiber. Oh man, brutal. That was just strictly done for money. That's kind
of like The Thing from 2011.
Actually, Zeus, I gotta disagree with you. The Thing from 2011 is not a bad movie. It's pretty decent. It's pretty good. They did that movie with all the actual effects. And the studio panicked at the last minute and changed it all to CGI.
Oh.
Because they were scared because they wanted to do it like Carpenter, all practical effects. Yeah. And they did it. And the studio panicked at the last minute and said, no, it's got to be CGI.
Man, this, not to interrupt y'all, but this 6-man tag is awesome.
Isn't it? That's one with Bundy, right? Yeah.
Yeah, the Road Warriors and Jake the Snake versus Bundy, Garvin, and Tim Horner.
Yeah. So Tim Horner beat people up.
This crowd is, oh man, Garvin's like house on fire now.
Yeah.
This crowd is losing their shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. anybody that tries to shit on fucking Ronnie Garvin in this day and age, I'm like, you weren't there, you didn't see it happen live, and you obviously don't, aren't watching it.
Yeah, I don't like Ronnie Garvin at all, but I admit, nah, man, he was so over.
Yeah.
I just think he was one of the worst WCW champions of all time, but that's a different story.
I've told you all about this before, but it's been a while since I've seen it. But if you've never seen it, look for this angle with the Rougeaus and Ronnie and who's the other Garvin?
You talking about Jimmy Garvin?
Yeah, and it's from Montreal, from their territory.
Oh yeah.
It's like I think it was called International Grand Prix or something like that.
Yeah.
But they do an angle where they leave the Rougeaus like bleeding and stuff, and the crowd heat is just like, I mean, like your TV is gonna explode or something. It is just is incredible. Like a thing. It's from Canada, from sometime in the 80s or so.
That's pretty interesting because I wonder when that would have happened.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen it, so I don't remember. Man,
actually, want to know?
Just awesome.
I'm sorry. You want to hear something that was a little brutal?
Yeah.
Did anybody watch Dark Side of the Ring with XPW?
No, I haven't. I'm so behind on Dark Side of the Ring.
Yeah, me too.
It was a little brutal.
A little pretty brutal. No, what happened?
Well,
I mean, besides, we all know the porn and violence and drugs and crime. Yeah.
Yeah, they talked about how, like the porn stars were there with their cocks out, they're trying to stay hard as they talked to the wrestlers. It was some wild shit they were saying. Because they were saying, because the guy was in between a shoot, right? So it was like they were setting up a camera. So the guy's having a conversation with one of the like secretaries of the wrestler, but like he had to stay hard for the camera. So like he's playing with himself and he's having a normal conversation. But it's like nothing. It's like like everyday business to them.
Oh my
god! And it was like, this is weird, the shit that was going on. Zeus, they didn't cover the promo with Shane Douglas.
Wow.
They didn't go into that at all. So I was kind of like, oh man, like I was waiting for that. But they did the whole thing with the Messiah. Remember when he got his thumb cut off?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, they covered the whole thing. So they even they showed it and everything. So it was kind of cool,
Oh my god!
But it was a little
they cut away from it.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so good.
My understanding is that some of the theories from back then was that Rob Black was going to have him killed, but he wanted his fucking thumb as a fucking trophy.
As a trophy, yeah. Well, they what they do in the episode, they played the actual voicemail from New Jack.
Oh.
New Jack left him a voicemail, and he goes, "Rob, I know you have something to do with it. I know you did it." Yeah, because he was denying. Oh no, it wasn't me. Like I would never do that. Yeah, but then you go around threatening other wrestlers. You're gonna lose an arm if you hang out with him. You're gonna lose an eye if you hang out with him. So who knows? But you're right about the thumb. Yeah.
I mean, what did Dave Marquez have to say about it?
He just he didn't go into the thumb thing too much. He just kept saying was, in order for him to keep his job, he had to edit porn.
Oh, Mass Superstar Zeus.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. He had to edit porn.
That
he had
red
to keep
mask
his mouth
is
shut
amazing.
about stuff, and it was he didn't go too much into the thumb. Only thing he said about Messiah was like Rob Black at one point really hated doing the whole angle at the end, and he ended up hating it. And he despised him. And then they showed a clip of Messiah going in the ring and then actually admitted that he fucked Lizzie Borden.
That he what?
that that you like actually Messiah went into the ring. That she showed the clip of him actually admitting that like he had sex with Lizzie Borden, who was Rob Black's wife.
Okay.
Where like he was like deny, and then in the ring he actually said it. He was like because the whole crowd was like you fucked Lizzie, and he goes and she loved it. So Rob Black went nuts after that.
Look at how fucking powerful damn Masked Superstar is. Jeez.
I know.
Masked Superstar is fucking awesome. Man.
That mask is fantastic. That red mask with the stars.
Yep.
Oh man, that's fantastic. That's one of the best. That's one of the coolest versions I've seen him.
Yeah, because it's red. It's red around the nose and the eyes, nose, and mouth. Which the stars usually match the what's goes on around the eyes and
man, the way he got thrown in the corner and then the guy runs in and he gives him a boot, but the way he does the boot, it like legit looks like he just like kicked the guy full force.
Yeah, I mean there's a reason he got to he's one of the guys that got to body slam Andre.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, the way he just stepped on that guy's head. Holy shit. He like stepped through the ropes and it was like he legit just stomped on the dude's head.
Just crushed his head. Look at the people in the crowd are loving it too.
I like the jobber is like, oh, what the fuck?
Yeah. I should have told everybody I was Blackjack Lanza. Maybe you wouldn't go so hard on me.
James, that sounds like a good episode.
It sheds light on a lot of stuff. I was a little disappointed that it didn't go too much into like the promos of the shit that Shane Douglas cut and all that, but it shows his hatred for fucking Paul E. Rob Black hated Heyman, hated him with a passion.
Yeah, they had. I remember XPW would take out like a whole 1-page ad in World of Wrestling magazine to talk shit about ECW.
Yeah. Well, they showed up on that ECW show on the West Coast, and they all had to get escorted out.
That jumping high knee by that lariat. Holy shit. That jumping high knee was that was up there with Jumbo Sarutas.
Yeah, and look, and then there's a Cobra clutch.
Yeah,
that's how you put it on, right?
I mean, he's using it. He used it to pin him, but he looks like he's throttling it, like he just clamped it on and he just cut the blood off to the brain.
Okada should take notes.
Telling you.
Oh, the spoiler with the big S. Yeah.
Yeah. That didn't Mil Mascaras have a mask kind of like that?
Yeah, but Mil Mascaras has a gazillion.
Yeah, I know. I literally 1,000.
Yeah.
But didn't he have one with an S on it?
Did he have one with an S? He might have.
Yeah.
We'd have to go through stuff to find out.
Yeah.
I like the way the end of the S's look almost like fishtails.
Yeah, or like a snake mouth.
Yeah, snake. I see the tongue. I see the tongue now off the S. I didn't see that before. Okay. Nothing but pain and agony. That's good. And he looks boss in that red shirt. The red shirt with the tie. Is this Bob Roop?
That's Bob Roop.
Yeah.
He's in even worse shape than the other video he watched.
That's 3 months after this. It's like 6 months after this.
Oh man!
So actually,
what match I wanted to see?
He got in better shape. Yeah. What match?
And what match I wanted to see from this whole thing, but they only showed a clip of it, was Tim Horn against Les Thornton.
Hmm.
They only showed like
Ask
the
him,
clip of Les
come
Thornton getting beat
on.
up.
Ask him, come on. Oh man, the jobber like dared to throw a move at him, and Baruch's like "fuck you" and just beating the shit out of him. Baruch had a terrible look, but again, I love the way he just chews up jobbers.
Yeah, he's definitely straight out of the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, again, I don't remember him at all. Like,
yeah, I remember. I remember
him. Oh, I remember him. Yeah.
He's super legit too. So
yeah, I mean, he's very fun to watch.
When did Mr. R show up?
It was right shortly before this, when we were watching the stuff where the other stuff we watched where Ted DiBiase was the national champion.
Right. I was wondering, I said, where's Mr. R? Did you remember that?
Yeah, because he's feuding with Tommy Rich.
Yeah.
Then Tommy Rich loses the Loser Leave Town.
Mm-hmm. And he shows up as Mr. R.
Right. And then Brad Armstrong takes his place in the title match on TV.
Yes. Yeah, I remember that. God, that goes way back.
That's easily one of the top TBS moments. I remember well. Is this Samoan SWAT team on the way to the ring?
Yeah.
Michael Myers. He's been wearing a mask and social distancing since 1978.
Yeah. So hey, next week. Let's talk about next week. I'm gonna pause this. I'll have to watch the rest of it in the future.
Yeah.
Next week we're having our Halloween episode.
Yeah, but what are we talking about? Just movies? Or all things horror?
Sure, Halloween horror. We can just. I'm not gonna watch. I'm just gonna watch like tons of horror movies this week if I can. And so, yeah, I'm just focused on Halloweening it up.
Being a Halloweenie?
Yes.
Halloween it up? Yeah, that should be cool.
And hopefully Zeus gets to see Halloween Kills. If he doesn't, you and I will just talk about it, James.
Okay. I don't want to say anything yet because Zeus hasn't seen it, but yeah. It has pros and it has a lot of cons. A lot.
I'm not sure it has any pros, but
well, I mean, it does live up to his title, Halloween Kills, because he fucking kills.
yeah. It probably it was all yeah. I can't say anything. Shit, I see.
I know,
James. Yeah, if we go into that, yeah, there's a comment I wanted to make, and I was like, oh yeah, I can't say that. Anyways, y'all have anything to plug? Anything going on?
No, nothing right at the moment. Just
I'm going to attempt to. I'll be doing a double shot of rehab this week. Unfortunately, I need it, but hopefully for Halloween show, I should be feeling good and ready to roll. I could tell the future. I have my crystal ball, and I think I'll be doing that show with a Modelo in my hand. I'm pretty sure of it. I'm pretty confident.
Oh, nice.
I think I'll be feeling good enough to fucking crack one open for a Halloween show.
Oh, you know what it should be for a Halloween episode?
What?
A Modelo Negro.
Modelo Negro. You know what?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go buy a tall boy. There you go. Just for the Halloween show.
That'd be funny. If we all drank like on the episode. And
don't worry, I'll drink enough for all of us.
There's a lot of actual like Halloween beers and
Beer,
things.
yeah,
out.
there's a shitload.
Oh,
Yeah, there's a shitload of them. Yeah.
note to self: head to Specs. No, I'm joking. Specs, a liquor chain here in Texas. I don't know if it's outside of Texas, but
No, they got there's a
Okay.
bunch of Halloween themed beers out now. You know, you always get these little crab beers that pop up. You know, all seasonal stuff. You know.
So Samuel Adams Oktoberfest is out.
Yeah, but then you get these pumpkin spice beers, and then
Yeah.
I don't
and you
like
get the ones who theme it really well, like like spooky beer or spooky, ghost ale or some shit. I saw.
Oh, yeah.
I need some good Halloween themed stout because I like stout.
Yeah, you like a good stout, Pedro?
Yeah, so I need a good Halloween themed stout. But
I'll see if I can find you a good stout. I haven't had a good stout in a while.
I mean, I would be the one who need to find it, to be honest. Because that's how that's the only way I would be able to get it. But
No, I can send you like 5 recommendations. I think you could drink them all and tell me which
right.
one is the best. You know, you can do the Pepsi challenge.
The Pepsi challenge. So Wednesdays, Tom's Weird Life, my web comic, still continues to come out. That poor guy. And I think so. What this week was chapter 16.
Nice.
And let's see. In actual production, I think I've produced like 85 chapters. So we have Tom's Weird Life like for a long while in the future. Then on Tuesday evening here on my YouTube channel, we got Looking at Cards. This week we'll be looking at some playing cards. So I will actually film it. I had some technical issues that came up.
You just gotta keep putting out some of that horror stuff you're doing. You're made for that shit, Pedro, because it's spooky shit.
Yeah, the coloring really makes everything pop, and it just,
man, it's good stuff. Man.
The way you combine the colors and things, it's fantastic.
Oh, thank you. I just like I don't know why. I just like finding these panels and stuff, and then kind of reproduce.
You just seriously like draw horror comics because you got a knack for it. Because it's scary. The shit you draw, I'm like, whoa.
Have you read Tom's Weird Life, James? No.
No, I know. I know.
His life is a nightmare. No.
I know. But
no, I know what you're saying.
But Tom's had some. He's never been in danger.
Yeah, Tom's going through some shit, but he hasn't faced the shit that you draw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's the true story. I'm going to tell you all a true story real fast. So last year, we were talking about last year I did the horror manga thing. Remember last year? And so, James, you were saying, oh, you gotta do, this, you gotta do this. So I came up with a story. I developed a story and all this stuff. And I actually started on the thing, but a bunch of stuff happened at the end of last year. I don't really
life happens.
I don't really want to go into all that.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't easy to get back into production, right?
Yeah, I can imagine.
Once you get off something, it's hard to get back in. I tried getting back in, and then
trust me, who you telling?
Yeah, I know. And then I stumbled on this Tom's Weird Life thing, and it just it's a one-page format. It's so
it flows. It just flows for you easily.
And it writes itself. And then Bai Lucha and Bean, they both kind of improv riff with me like ideas, and then it gets incorporated into the thing. So it's like, it just writes itself in a way. But
you should do a horror manga of Bean. But you like have Bean sting, like have him do a voice box in the middle,
Oh my god!
He sounds like the teacher from Charlie Brown. But
what I was saying was, I did come up with a story. It was going to be called 4 Ghost Town. 4GT. You might remember I even did like a little trailer to promote it earlier in the year.
Oh yeah.
But then it just, maybe in the future I will actually attempt it again. But
Because I look at some of those pictures that you draw, man, the horror stuff. It's like holy shit, that's good. It's scary too. With the face melting, I was like, damn.
If left to my own devices, let's see, you would just get like all I would produce would be like monsters, bloody horror stuff, and then
that shit is good, man.
And then like crucifixion, like Passion of the Christ stuff. Those are like my
this is the month to do that in, Pedro. This is the time to do that in. So let your juices flow, baby. I mean, this is it, you know.
Yeah. But but since y'all mentioned Bean, Thursdays, the Crap Talk show, with Bean and I, where you shoot the shit and stuff, that comes out on my Patreon.
I don't want to be your friend. You are evil mutant.
What? Do we have Danhausen on the show? Yeah. So next week, God willing, we will do our Halloween episode.
Our spooktacular.
And yeah, everyone stay safe, take care, do all the stuff you should be doing.
Wash your hands, wear a mask, and get vaccinated. Bong.
And sound like you said bong. I'm like,
bong.
No, don't do bongs.
Don't smoke a bong. Just bong. Like bong.
Yeah. Everyone take care and adios.
Peace.